This is the Momentum Lab. Also how to plot data points and measure things on a video. First thing you want to do is go to Wits. Under the Documents, under the Momentum Lab are the files that you need. You can also take any other AVI file. If you're under Internet Explorer, you can right-click on it and then do Save Target As. Once it's saved to your H drive, you can open up Logger Pro from any computer in the school by targeting the Start menu and doing Logger. From Logger Pro open, you're going to insert a movie. Not open, but you're going to insert a movie. The movies are going to be in wherever you save them. And when you open up the movie, you can open up whichever one you want to. Once the movie is open, the bottom button down here opens up your controls. Based upon the video, set origin will tell you where the 0, point is on your thing. Sometimes it's easier to use, sometimes it's not necessary. In this case, since the camera's not steady, grabbing this dot will allow you to level it until the slope is in line with the track. This is optional for this one, but for any other video it may be necessary. You also want to do a set scale, which is the fourth button, and then this green line goes between a known object, either a meter stick in the background, or in this case a 0.05 meter mark written on the board. At that point, the computer now knows where things are and what time they're going in. If you do need to change the time, if you double click on this, you can change the frame rate to be something that the camera is not standard. At this point, if you want to get rid of these, you can, or you can make them appear or not. Now in this case, I have two carts, one on the left, one on the right, and going towards each other. Make sure you identify which one's which. I want the one on the left to be the first cart, so I'm going to add points, and there's a post note with a Sharpie mark on it. I can also use the black versus gray interface, but something that I can see. As I put a dot, the computer will automatically forward it one frame, 1/30th of a second, to make it go this way. As I put these blue dots down, you'll notice that they are evenly spaced, implying that it's moving at constant velocity. I can put down several dots, at least 3, but when they collide, I'm going to stop taking data because it's changing its velocity at this point. I'm going to go forward in time a little bit, and then after the collision, I'm going to continue making dots. These dots, even though they're overlapping, are going to be my final velocity of cart 1. So my dots for cart 1 coming in, my dots for cart 1 coming out. Okay. If I need to plot more than one object, I need to come over here and add a point series. This green and red button should add point series. Click again, I can tell which one's selected. I can select 1, or I can select 2, but it'll tell me which one's which. Now to make sure I'm using it correctly, this is going back in time until I have the second card coming in, and I'm going to add points to the second card. Dot, dot, dot. Again, you need several of them, more the better, and then it goes in. After a certain point after the collision, I need cart 2's velocity to go this way. Once I have those dots, velocity 1 in and out, velocity 2 initial and final, I can go to here and I should see my lines. If I want to get rid of the Y data, since this isn't going up and down, if I click on this, I can deselect the Y values to just get those ones. Highlighting the data, hitting the linear fit button, the straight line, not the curvy line, not the integral area underneath, but the straight fit line, I can choose which one I want to do. If I have different times, I may have to select one, but in this case, I can select both because both the red and the green are highlighted there. These boxes have lines that show you which one it refers to, and I'm going to put them in a convenient place. I can tell cart 1 is traveling at 0.566 meters per second, and cart 2 is traveling at a negative 0.438 meters per second. If I move this over here, the bracket moving thing comes up, and you'll notice that if the line does not match your dots, the line is wrong. So make sure the line actually matches the rear dots are. You don't have to get all of them. Do the same thing for the opposite side. You pick these ones. In this case, I can do both at the same time. And then in that case, this one goes up here, and this one goes down here. I can now use this graph, print it out, and put a footer on it so I can identify which one my graph is. Once I print this out, it'll show me my 4 velocities. Initial for 1, initial for 2, final for 1, final for 2, with minus signs and everything. This is the data velocities of anything that's moving. Use these to calculate the conservation of momentum.